It did. It's me. Um, just going to show you really quick how Glock recommends you cleaning your firearm after you're done shooting it. Uh, Anyways, this is my Glock 19. The only difference between mine and yours is you have adjustable back straps that you can adjust the size of the grip here. You have a bigger magazine release. Yours is going to come about to about right here. Yours will also say, of course, Gen 4 right underneath the Glock here. And then you have a different recoil spring. So, anyways, the gun is unloaded, but I'll just show you real quick. And safety checks, no magazine, there's no brass that you can see inside of the slide there. So, with that good to go, I clamp my gun like this, kind of awkward to get used to it, but slide it back about 1/8 of an inch, pull down your tabs there, slide it off, you're good to go. At this point, this is the front of the gun, it's the recoil spring, I just take it and I push it forward, so that's out, you can leave that aside. And then to take out the barrel, it's just as simple as lifting up right here, pushing it forward, taking it out. Now at this point, take a nylon brush, okay? Don't ever use metal brushes or any metal barrel cleaners just because it'll scratch and ruin your finish. Just always use nylon and cloth on your guns when you're cleaning them. But I just take this and I brush out the sides of the slide here, little rails on there. So I take out the gunk there, and then I take my brush and I just brush out this part and inside here to get any excess carbon. To do a real good thorough job to get everything out, you can take a non-fibrous cloth and put it on the side like this and kind of run your brush over it. That'll get any excess junk, and then just taking a sample and just wiping all the inner parts down. Okay, you can set that aside because you don't want to put any oil in here whatsoever, especially right in this area, because this will cause your gun to lock up if you put any oil in there, because that oil will attract dirt and dust particles, and over time that could damage your gun and cause a misfire. Yeah, so just don't put any kind of oil at all in the slide and you'll be fine. So for the barrel, pretty simple. What I do is I use brake free. Just put one drop here, and then I just kind of work this brake free in, for a few moments. It does a pretty good job of breaking that up pretty quickly, all the carbon built up from the ammunition. And then just taking your nylon brush once again, and just brushing it. I just take my cloth and wipe off all the excess carbon that you just broke off the barrel. You can see you got a pretty shiny feed ramp. Then you just take your Glock cleaning tool, shove it down the barrel. Now I always feed it all the way through. Some people, they'll bring it, back and forth, but I hear it's better just to push everything through so that way you get it out. All the excess stuff in there. Then I just take a cloth and just run it straight through. And at this point, we need to oil the barrel. And so what we do for the barrel here is we just put one drop right in here. So right where the straw is going in is where we need one drop. And for lubrication, I use Militech because the hotter your gun gets, the better this stuff lubricates your gun. So it's an active lubricant. It'll lubricate your gun as is right now, but as you use your gun, it'll continue to lubricate as it heats up, making your gun more efficient and less likely to gum up or jam up on you. And also I take one drop, I just put it right on top, nothing big here, just work that one drop all over the barrel here. And so I'll condition it. It'll keep everything just moving better. But your barrel is done. Alright, now for your slide. You should only use 5 drops of lubrication here when we get to that. But I just take my brush, again the nylon brush, and I just do a quick scrub on it. These usually don't get too dirty unless you're firing thousands of rounds. So then I just take a cloth and just run it on top of everything. Again, this doesn't get too terribly dirty, as you can tell. So, at this point, we're going to use only 5 drops total on this, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 right in there. Let's see if I can get there. Alright, so right in there. So it's underneath this top tab here, so right at the end of the straw, that's where you want that last drop of oil. So just go 1, and the small drops don't do anything big, it doesn't take much. And what I do is I just take this straw here and I just kind of work that oil down in there, because I don't want to put anything excess to get on the spring. Because if you put stuff on the spring, it will gum up and eventually become useless to you. So, how to reassemble this? Just point your slide down range along with your barrel. Both going to be facing up like so. Just going to let it slide in, come all the way back. So let me show you this one. If you can see on here, there's a little half moon on the bottom, and that's where your recoil spring goes. So again, it's that half moon. I know it's kind of hard to see on the video. There it is. But that's where your recoil spring is going to seat once you put it back in. So again, slide down range on the barrel. It just snaps right in. And you got the front of your recoil spring. You know it's the front because it's the only thing that's going to fit at the front of your slide. You can't put the back of it. You can't put the back of it in. It just doesn't work. So again, just put the front end first, and then you're going to take it. You're going to pinch it forward into where it sits in that half moon. Kind of hard to tell, but it's in there. You know it's in there because it's not going to wiggle around on you. It'll be pretty tight. So at this point, you're just going to put your top slide in. Just gonna rack it back. And then what I do is I just rack it back a few times, 10-15 times to get all that lubrication on the sides of the rails here. And then you can put 1 drop up top here. I'm just going to work that in to condition your slide here. And if you're going to do that, I recommend taking your cloth and getting any of the excess oil. But other than that, that's it. So you should only be using a total of 7 drops to lubricate your Glock, and then an optional 8 for the outer slide. So that's it. Your gun's clean and ready to go. All right, Ed. Hope that helps. Love you. Bye.